Well, we are now getting a reaction from the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha on the rail budget. She says, and I quote, request the PM not to increase rail fares further. She's also, of course, gone on to hit out at the previous UPA government, saying that there was mismanagement of the railways that led to a loss.
That dose they gave to the people only 10 days before the budget was presented, and therefore they ran away from the responsibility of facing the people and the time of the presentation of the budget, that they should have come forth at the time of the presentation of the budget. Only I could understand, as I did 3 months before the presentation of the budget, that the increase was necessitated, and that was only rationalization, because in certain cases regarding certain services we even withdrew the levy. We increased the fare about a paisa or 2 paisa per kilometer, but we reduced certain levies also at the same time to make it simpler. In this case, they did it earlier, and now nothing whatever has been provided to the people. Rather, he has said that wherever there were stoppages granted to the people, to the suburban people, to the small town people, the residents, the villagers, those he says he would review and take away. I could understand that if he says so for express trains, as he did, but at the same time an alternative has not been presented, that wherever there are stoppages which are presently in existence for the trains, and he's going to withdraw those, he's going to provide them alternative service from such and such place to such and such place, so as to enable them to connect with the same train at the next junction or so. That is missing, which clearly shows that there is no vision. He's only talked of platitudes, and there are certain continuing schemes. Well, that is good, and that has to go on. But he's been categorical in castigating the earlier governments, including the NDA's own, and Mr. Ramvilas Paswan was sitting by his side when he was saying that there was no rationale in the decisions taken by this government, and in the new lines. What rationale is he talking about the new lines in a country as big as India? In the last 65 years, we have been able to build only 3,000 kilometers of lines. What rationale is he talking of? Rather, he should have said, I would have welcomed if he said that all the announcements which have been made so far about the new lines, we will find means, we will find ways to really see that those lines are actually spread on the ground. Those lines are made, actually commissioned and made functional. Rather, he's criticizing that. He's wanting to withdraw that. What is he wanting to do for the country? A country as big as India. He talks of 106,000 kilometers of the railway lines. Those have not been laid by him. He talks of those, but then at the same time says when we had some ambitious plans to improve the connectivity, to connect more places with other places, he's rather critical of it. There was a lot of...
I think it's a very disappointing budget. I think he has tried to build castles in the air, and there's nothing which will be tangible in years to come. It's only window dressing which he has done. Little bit, creamy flavor on the cake he has tried to give. And no substantial announcement has been made as far as the safety of the railway is concerned, as far as the new tracks are to be laid, as far as the facilities to the common passengers are concerned. He is talking about the cleaning of only 50 railway stations out of thousands of railway stations in the country. Then what are you planning to do? That's something, and that too you want to outsource to the private companies. So that means railway itself is not able to clean the railway platforms also. There are thousands of employees, lakhs of employees who are working for railways, and you are not able to take, that kind of project with them. That means your whole idea is to outsource railway to private sector and private companies. You yourself don't want to do anything, and operational expenditure has gone up to 94%. That means only 6% are left to spend, to invest on these projects, which cannot be done, because the kind of projects which you have announced cannot be done with 6% money. That means you are trying to fool people.